Ayan, so magandang umaga, hapon, gabi o kailan mo man 'to pinapanood. So welcome sa Matispan. Ayan, so ngayon this is the second part of your reviewer for the incoming first quarter examination for basic calculus. So ngayon, sa second part nga ng limit, so we're going to tackle about the limit loss. Okay. So when we say limit loss, okay, these are loss, okay, that you are going to use if you want to evaluate a expression with a limit symbol. Okay, lahat ng may limit symbol dyan, na may limit expression dyan, pwede nyo gamitin yung limit loss to evaluate an expression. Okay, so let's start with the constant law. When we say constant law, the limit of a constant is itself. Paano yon? Okay, as you can see here, the limit of C, okay, the limit of C as x approaches A. So, dahil si C ay constant, siya na rin daw yung limit. Example, the limit of 7 as x approaches 5 is equal to 7. Under siya ng constant law. And the limit of 100 as x approaches negative 2, the answer is 100. So, paano include dito? Basta walang variable, okay? Walang variable x, o kung anong x, kung anong ginagamit niya diyang symbol, okay? Kung wala namang ganung symbol, constant law yun. Okay? Next, let's proceed on the identity law. Sa identity law naman, sinasabi dyan na kapag variable x lang, okay? Yan. At kung saan yung ina-approach niya, yun na rin daw yung limit natin. Okay? Tandaan nyo, that's single variable lang ha. Okay? So, walang power. Power niya lang dyan ay 1. Walang leading coefficient. Sorry. Meron leading coefficient which is 1 lang. Okay? So, identity law. Limit of x as x approaches 3, the answer is 3. Bakit? Single variable lang yan, tapos ang power at coefficient niya ay 1 lang. Ginagamit natin itong identity law. Maraming gamit itong identity law. Mamaya papakita ko sa inyo. Next, the limit of x as x approaches negative 7, the answer is negative 7. So, ano yung pinakamagandang term dito? Direct substitution lang. Okay? Kung anong value kung anong ina-approach nating value ng x. Okay? This is direct substitution. Next, let's proceed on the sum law. Okay? Kapag meron daw dalawa tayong function at gusto natin malaman yung limit nyon at ang naghahati sa bawat term ay addition, sum law yun. Okay? Sum law. Okay, dyan nyo makikita itong symbol na to. Sum law yan. So, paano daw makukuha yung limit ng expression na ang humahati ay addition? Sum law ang gagamitin natin. Paano? Direct substitution lang din. Okay? So, isa-isahin natin. Paano ko mapapakita to into sum law? So, dahil lang naghahati sa kanila ay addition, so I can rewrite it as limit of x squared as x approaches 2 plus limit of 3x as x approaches 2. Okay? Yung term ay pinaghiwalay ko lang. Okay? At nakita nyo, pag ganyan, direct substitution, so magiging 2 squared plus 3 times 2. So 4 plus 6, the answer is 10. Okay? Next, limit of sine x plus x as x approaches 1. Using sum law, we have limit of sine x as x approaches 1 plus limit of x as x approaches 1. What is sine x? What's the limit of sine x as x approaches 1? It is sine 1 plus, what is the limit of x as x approaches 1? The answer is 1. So, what is sine 1? Calculator nyo na lang yan. Sine 1 plus 1, the answer is something around 1 point something. Okay? So, yan ay mismo yung sagot. Next, constant multiple law. So, under ng constant multiple law, okay, meron tayong ng leading coefficient na greater than 1 or not equal to 1. Okay? Example, limit of 7x as x approaches 4. Actually, lahat naman tong limit laws, parang direct substitution lang yan. Magkakaroon ng restriction kapag meron na tayong special operation. Okay? Or kung meron tayong mga restriction na binigay doon sa definition. Lahat yan direct substitution na lang, yun na lang isipin nyo. Okay, constant multiple law. Limit of 7x as x approaches 4, we have 7 times 4, so the answer is 20. 7, 14, 21, 28. Okay? Bakit siya naging constant multiple law? Kasi meron tayong leading coefficient na. Okay? Not equal to 1. What is 1? Negative 3 times 4 raised to 2. The answer is negative 3 times 16. 32, 48. So, negative 48. Next, product law. Okay? Product law, direct substitution lang din naman yan. Bakit siya naging tinawag na product law? Kasi ang humahati sa expression natin ay multiplication. Yan, direct substitution lang din. Okay. Let's focus on the quotient law. Sa quotient law, okay, tatandaan nyo lang, bawal maging zero ang denominator. Ayan. Okay? Kapag di naman equal sa 0, pwede mo na yan i-direct substitution. We have 1 squared plus 3 over 1 plus 1 equals 4 over 2 or 2. Okay? Next, itong denominator ba magiging 2 minus 1? So, 0 ba yan? Hindi. So, direct substitution. We have 2 cube over 2 minus 1. 2 times 2 times 2, 8 over 1. The answer is 8. Okay? Ganun lang po siya. Okay? Next, power law. O sa power law naman, okay, ganun pa rin ang ginagawa yung direct substitution lang naman yan. Okay? So, maging ano to? 3 squared, 3. Ayan. So, pwede mo yan i-multiply kung gusto mo. 3 raised to 6. Pwede ganyan. Or kung gusto nyo, 3 squared 9, 9 cube. Ayan. Pwede naman yan. Okay. Actually, yun lang naman. Direct substitution lang naman. Wala na kayong kailangang isipin dyan. Direct substitution lang yan. Dapat alam nyo lang mismo yung symbol. Ito na yung clue. Dapat alam nyo lang kung paano i-express yung mga limitless na yan. Pag sinabi kong, what is sum law? Okay. Example, what is sum law? Exam. Okay? So, kung meron akong expression na x plus, 3x plus 2, okay, paano ko siya ipapakita? Sample lang. So, magpapakita ko siya using sum law. We have limit of 3x as x approaches 1 plus limit of 2 as x approaches 1. Ito, sum law na yan. Ganun lang siya kasimple. Okay? Napakita ko na.